The smartest three-card setup in 2026 might start with the least exciting card in your wallet. Not the travel card, not the metal card, not the card with the biggest headline bonus. A plain, no annual fee Mastercard that earns 2% cash back can be the base that makes the whole setup work. Because if your base card is weak, every other card has to work harder. And if your premium card is doing boring purchases, you may be paying an annual fee to earn less than you think. So this is the three-card setup I would actually consider. Citi Double Cash, Chase Sapphire Preferred, American Express Gold, one Mastercard, one Visa Travel Card, one Amex Food and Grocery Card. That gives you network coverage, simple cashback, travel points, and high-value everyday categories. But it only works if every card has a job. If you use this setup wrong, it becomes 3 apps, 2 annual fees, too many rules, and a wallet that looks smart while quietly leaking money. Here's the problem. Most people build a card setup by asking, which cards are popular? That is the wrong question. You should ask, which card handles boring spending? Which card handles travel? Which card handles food? And which purchases should never touch the premium card? Because imagine you spend $24,000 a year across normal life. If $10,000 of random spending lands on a 1-point card, you may be earning far less than a simple 2% card would give you. That is why the boring card matters. It protects you from waste. Then the travel card adds flexibility. Then the Amex card adds power in the right categories. The card details in this script were checked against issuer pages in July 2026, plus CFPB and Federal Reserve consumer risk sources for the interest warnings. This is not sponsored. It is not financial advice. It is not an affiliate recommendation. Always verify current terms directly with the issuer before applying, because fees, rewards, APRs, credits, transfer partners, and eligibility rules can change. And none of this matters if you carry a balance. If you pay credit card interest, rewards are not the game. Paying in full is the game. Card number 1, Citi Double Cash. This is the Mastercard base. Its job is not to impress anyone. Its job is to catch the purchases that do not belong anywhere else. Citi says Double Cash earns 2% cash back, 1% when you buy, plus 1% as you pay, on every purchase. Citi also says there are no categories to enroll in, no caps on the amount of cash back you earn, and no annual fee. That is why it belongs in this setup. It gives you a clean default. Car repair? Double Cash. Dr. Bill? Double Cash. Furniture? Double Cash. Random online purchase that is not travel, dining, grocery, or a special category? Double Cash. The point is not that Citi Double Cash is the highest upside card in America. It is not. The point is that a good setup needs a boring floor. If you do not have a strong default card, you start using your travel card for everything. Then you earn 1 point on random purchases and tell yourself you are building a travel strategy. Maybe you are. But maybe you are just avoiding simple math. Here is the takeaway. Your first card in this setup should protect your everything else spending. If a purchase does not clearly belong on Chase Sapphire Preferred or Amex Gold, it probably belongs on Citi Double Cash. Pattern interrupt. The most important card in a premium setup is often the least premium card. Now card number 2, Chase Sapphire Preferred. This is the Visa travel lane. Its job is not to replace your cashback card. Its job is to unlock travel when travel is actually part of your life. Chase lists a $95 annual fee. Chase also lists 5 points per dollar on Chase travel, 3 points on dining, gas stations, EV charging, vacation homes at top brands, top streaming services, and online grocery with exclusions, 2 points on other travel, and 1 point on other purchases. The important part is the travel ecosystem. Chase says Sapphire Preferred points can transfer to leading frequent travel programs. That matters because transferable points can give you more options than simple cash back, but only if you use them correctly. This is where beginners get tricked. They hear travel points and assume travel points are automatically better. They are not. Travel points are better only when you redeem them well. If you never compare flights, never check hotels, never transfer points, and never plan travel, then a travel card can become a $95 reminder that you like the idea of points more than the work of using them. So here is the Sapphire Preferred rule. Use it for travel strategy. Use it for categories where Chase is strong. Use it when you understand the redemption path. Do not use it as your lazy catch-all card just because it feels more advanced. That is why Citi Double Cash still matters. The Mastercard handles the boring floor. The Chase Visa handles travel optionality. Different cards, different jobs. Now card number 3, American Express Gold. This is the card I did not make the default in the first beginner version, and here is why. Amex Gold is powerful, but it is not simple. American Express lists a $325 annual fee for the Gold card. That is not a beginner-friendly fee unless the card fits your real life. But for this specific 3-network setup, Amex Gold deserves serious consideration because it fills a job the other 2 cards do not fill as well. High-value food and grocery spend. American Express lists 4 membership rewards points per dollar at restaurants worldwide on up to $50,000 in purchases per calendar year, then 1 point. It also lists 4 points per dollar at U.S. supermarkets on up to $25,000 per calendar year, then 1 point. It lists 3 points on flights booked through Amex Travel or directly with airlines. Membership rewards can have travel redemption and transfer options, but those options need final issuer verification before upload. That is why Amex Gold is not just the fancy food card. It is the food and grocery engine for people who can actually use membership rewards, but the annual fee changes the conversation. A no-fee category card can be pretty good and still make sense. A $325 card has to prove itself. So ask this. Do restaurants and U.S. supermarkets make up a large part of your real spending? Will you actually use the credits without changing your habits? Do you understand membership rewards redemptions? Do you accept that Amex acceptance can be less universal than Visa or Mastercard in some places? If the answer is no, Amex Gold may be too much card. If the answer is yes, it can be the most powerful card in the setup. This is the reason to include Amex here, not because every beginner needs it, because this setup is not only about beginner simplicity, it is about covering 3 networks and 3 jobs. Citi Double Cash for Mastercard cashback coverage, Chase Sapphire Preferred for Visa travel coverage, American Express Gold for Amex food, grocery, and membership rewards coverage. That is the triangle: cashback, travel, food, Mastercard, Visa, Amex. Now let us talk about how to actually use it. Rule 1. Do not put everything on Amex Gold. Amex Gold earns 1 point on other eligible purchases, so if you use it for random spending just because it feels premium, you can underperform a simple 2% cashback card. Use it where it is strong: restaurants, U.S. supermarkets, eligible flights if that fits your travel plan, then stop. Rule 2. Do not treat Sapphire Preferred like a status symbol. Use it when travel matters. Use it when Chase categories make sense. Use it when transferable points are part of the plan. If you are not traveling, not transferring, and not using the ecosystem, the card's job gets weaker. Rule 3. Do not ignore Citi Double Cash because it is boring. Boring is the safety net. It catches the purchases that would otherwise earn poorly. It also gives you Mastercard coverage, which matters if you want your wallet to cover the major networks, instead of leaning on one issuer or one card type. Here is a simple monthly example. Say you spend $1,000 on restaurants and groceries. That probably goes to Amex Gold if the merchants qualify and you are comfortable with membership rewards. Say you spend $500 on travel or Chase-friendly categories. That can go to Sapphire Preferred if you are using Chase points intentionally. Say you spend $700 on everything else. That goes to Citi Double Cash. Now every card has a lane. You are not asking which card is coolest. You are asking which card has the job for this purchase. That is the whole system. But there are 3 warnings. Warning 1. This setup has annual fees. Citi Double Cash has no annual fee, but Chase Sapphire Preferred and Amex Gold do. So this is not the safest first setup for someone who has never managed rewards before. If you are brand new, you may want to start with Citi Double Cash, then add Chase, then add Amex only when your spending proves it. Warning 2. Do not count credits as free money. Amex Gold has dining, Uber Cash, Reezy, Dunkin', and other benefit language on the issuer page, but credits only count if you would use them naturally. A credit that makes you spend money you would not have spent is not really saving you money. It is just a coupon with a monthly chore attached. Warning 3. Rewards lose to interest. The Federal Reserve's current consumer credit data shows credit card plans at commercial banks around the low 20s% range for accounts assessed interest. The CFPB says you can generally avoid paying interest on purchases if you pay your balance in full by the due date, when your card has a grace period and you are not carrying a balance. That is the foundation. No card setup beats bad payment behavior. So here is the final recommendation. If I wanted a 3-card setup that covers the major networks and gives me a practical reward structure, I would look at Citi Double Cash as the Mastercard catch-all, Chase Sapphire Preferred as the Visa travel card, American Express Gold as the Amex food, grocery, and membership rewards card. But I would not open all 3 blindly. I would build in order. First, fix the base. Can Citi Double Cash handle your everything else spend? Second, add travel. Can Chase Sapphire Preferred justify its fee through real travel behavior? Third, add Amex. Can Amex Gold justify its higher fee through restaurants, U.S. supermarkets, credits you naturally use, and membership rewards redemptions? If yes, this is a strong 3-card setup. If no, stop earlier. 1 good cashback card beats 3 cards you cannot manage. Your action step is simple. Open your last 3 months of spending. Mark every purchase as one of 4 buckets. Everything else. Travel, restaurants and groceries. Things you only bought because rewards made them feel cheaper. The first bucket belongs to your cashback base. The second bucket decides whether Chase makes sense. The third bucket decides whether Amex Gold makes sense. The fourth bucket is the danger zone. If the setup changes your spending, the setup is not working. If you want a simple way to keep track of the cards you already have, annual fees, and statement credits, I built an app called CardsNest. You can scan the QR code on screen to check it out. Always verify card details with the issuer before applying. And if this helped you think about credit cards as a system instead of a shopping list, subscribe, because the next step is learning which card should handle each real-world purchase.